Hello everyone, I am Jyotsana Gupta, Editor-in-Chief of IN19. Today we are at NATC 2023. I have with me Mr. Dipanjan Saha, Senior Director Technology, EPAM Systems. He has a session today from taming cloud complexity to achieving cloud mastery. So I'll ask a few questions regarding this session as well. And in general, like how is EPAM helping businesses navigate the complexities of cloud adoption and achieve cloud mastery?
I think to talk about cloud strategy, the way we look at it is it's not a standalone way of looking at only cloud proposition. I think you take it from an end-to-end standpoint, from a continuum perspective. And in that continuum, you have your sectors which are really talking about your strategy regarding your data, regarding your API, regarding how will you connect to the entire world, and also how cloud is kind of meshing into that. So I think the important part of that is, can you look at that continuum in a holistic perspective and cloud strategy as a part of that adoption. That would be a good way of looking at it. And I think the value which you get in the overall cloud adoption is through the confluence. Now you can have this confluence in different ways. So you can look at it, this confluence, as how you really provisioning your services. You can also look at it in a certain way that how these services will be kind of putting into the platform. And also from a resource standpoint, it could be a hybrid model, it could be a private public kind of a context. What is that you want to create in your private environment, which could be a private cloud or a private data center, and what you would take it to the public cloud environment, right? What problem, business problem you're trying to solve through this cloud strategy? Is it your scaling problem? Is it your resiliency? Is it your reliability? What exactly you're trying to solve, and whole of it would probably determine your strategy.
Okay, so can you share some key strategies or some best practices that organizations can employ to simplify their cloud operations and maybe accelerate their growth with that?
Yeah, I think broadly, if you really look at it, when you start the journey, a very important aspect of that would be how you are solving your business challenges divided into a few clusters. The clusters can look into, as I was talking about, that what is your data and content? How do you want to interplay there? What would be that you are going to expose to your clients, which will be more like they are receiving those services from your service packages. Could be in the form of as a service model, could be industrialized way of looking at the service provisioning, stuff like that. I think the other area where one should really focus on is, from a cloud competency standpoint, and this is what we always see that, just take your stuff which is there in a private data center to a cloud platform, more like a lift and shift kind of an approach, may not be a great approach all the time. So before you embark on that journey, are you kind of planning it out that what is that your system which is good enough for that lift and shift? What are the things you need to repurpose, re-engineer, re-architect, and stuff like those, right? So basically segregating your portfolio and then looking at what you would take there. And also cost optimization of cloud, which is a very important aspect, should not be an afterthought. This is something which you'll actually put into play during the design strategy part of it. So that's how I would probably like to talk about few points. Yeah.
So these are like some great strategies that you talked about. So what emerging cloud technologies or trends do you believe are most impactful in the context of achieving cloud mastery? What are the trends that you foresee?
Okay, so I think, broadly there are few areas where we look at it, right? One area would be to really find it out from a context of how you have looked at your different elements in the context of a layered architecture. So the layered architecture I would think about, as I was talking, into three layers. One is your consumption layer, one is your platform layer, another is your resource layer. Now, the interplay between these layers would actually play a very important role in your cloud adoption. Now, when you are defining your consumption layer, what are the ingredients you are putting there? How your platform layers are interconnected and creating that orchestration so that you can get actually that service pattern out of it. I think those are some of the stuffs you should always look at when you are defining architecting. It could be related to automation, it could be related to your IoT, it could be related to the way you are looking at it, not just confined to storage, server, network, and stuff like that which you have taken to cloud.
Okay, so I think a holistic approach is what
Right.
any organization should look into.
Right.
Great. So how has been your experience at NATC?
I think it was quite, I would say, encouraging and refreshing. I would probably say, talking to different thought leaders, exchanging ideas. I think that was very helpful. I could connect with some of my old friends.
Great.
That was definitely an additional point here. Would spend some time with them after the session. But overall, I would tell that it was a very exciting, and I look forward to participating again into this conference.
Thank you, sir,
Thank
and
you.
we look forward to interviewing you again.
Thank you.
Thank
Take
you.
care.